I'll leave the specific question about the foul to my colleague, Commissioner Engelbert. I mean, I other than as a fan, obviously, it's nothing new in basketball that there's sort of welcome to the league moments.
In a crazy turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the sports world, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has reportedly snapped, delivering a bombshell decision that will forever change the landscape of the WNBA. Cathy Engelbert, the embattled WNBA Commissioner, has been permanently fired following a scandal involving none other than basketball's golden girl, Caitlyn Clark. This is where things go completely off the rails, and you won't believe what happens next.
I'm blaming this all on the officials tonight. It is totally their responsibility. That's a hard fact.
Caitlyn Clark, the Iowa phenom turned WNBA superstar, has been the face of the league's meteoric rise in popularity. Her electrifying performances, record-breaking stats, and magnetic charisma have drawn millions of new fans to women's basketball. But here's what they're not telling you. Behind the scenes, tensions have been brewing, and Clark has become a lightning rod for controversy. Whispers of unfair treatment, biased officiating, and a lack of protection for the young star have swirled for months. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse. A shocking incident involving Clark pushed Adam Silver to his breaking point. According to sources close to the situation, a recent game saw Clark subjected to an aggressive, targeted attack on the court, a play that many deemed intentional and dangerous. The footage, which has since gone viral, shows Clark being blindsided by a hard foul that left her sprawled on the floor, clutching her side in pain. Fans erupted in outrage, flooding social media with demands for accountability. And here's where it gets even crazier. Instead of addressing the incident with urgency, WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert reportedly downplayed the situation, calling it part of the game, in a tone-deaf press conference that left fans and analysts stunned.
We thought should have been 2 technicals and ejection. It was called just 1.
I thought everyone else was in there trying to.
But what happens next will change everything. Adam Silver, who oversees the broader operations of both the NBA and WNBA, was said to be absolutely livid upon reviewing the incident and Engelbert's response. Sources claim Silver viewed the mishandling of Clark's safety as not just a failure of leadership, but a direct threat to the WNBA's future. And the reason why will shock you. Engelbert's tenure as WNBA Commissioner has been a roller coaster, marked by moments of progress, but also plagued by criticism. From uneven marketing efforts to questionable officiating decisions, her leadership has been under scrutiny for years. But hold on, it gets even better. The Caitlyn Clark incident wasn't an isolated event. Insiders reveal a pattern of neglect when it came to protecting the league's biggest stars, with Clark a generational talent, bearing the brunt of unchecked physicality on the court. And here's where things take a shocking turn. Sources say Silver had been quietly monitoring Engelbert's performance, growing increasingly frustrated with her inability to elevate the WNBA's brand while ensuring player safety. The Clark incident was the final straw. Adam has been patient, but this was a line in the sand, an anonymous league executive revealed. He saw the footage, he heard Cathy's comments, and he knew something had to be done. This wasn't just about one play, it was about the future of the league. Stick around because this next part is huge. In a closed-door meeting that has already become the stuff of legend, Silver reportedly confronted Engelbert directly, accusing her of failing to protect the WNBA's most valuable asset. Caitlyn Clark is the face of this league, and you've let her be targeted without consequence, Silver allegedly said, according to a leaked account of the meeting. And that's just scratching the surface. In a move that no one saw coming, Silver took decisive action. On a fateful Tuesday evening, he announced that Cathy Engelbert was permanently relieved of her duties as WNBA Commissioner, effective immediately. The decision sent shockwaves through the sports world, dominating headlines and sparking heated debates across platforms like ESPN, X, and beyond. And the craziest part? It's 100% real. But here's what makes this even crazier. Silver didn't just fire Engelbert, he issued a scathing public statement that left no room for ambiguity. The WNBA deserves leadership that prioritizes the safety and success of its players above all else, Silver said. We cannot allow complacency or mismanagement to undermine the incredible progress this league has made. The statement was a clear rebuke of Engelbert's tenure, and fans wasted no time dissecting every word.
I want to see Caitlyn treated fairly and appropriately in the league. I would say it seems like she can take care of herself. She's a tough player. I think it may be lost on some people who are new to basketball in terms of a little bit of the controversy in the WNBA. What an incredible talent she is, 2 Final Fours.
And if you think that's bad, just wait. Engelbert's dismissal wasn't just a firing, it was a permanent ban from any future involvement with the WNBA or NBA. Sources claim Silver wanted to send a message that negligence at the highest level would not be tolerated. This is where things go completely off script, one insider remarked. Adam didn't just want her out, he wanted to make sure she could never come back. To understand why Silver snapped, we need to talk about Caitlyn Clark's unparalleled impact. The 23-year-old guard has shattered records, from becoming the NCAA's all-time leading scorer to drawing unprecedented viewership to the WNBA. Her games regularly sell out arenas, and her jersey is a top seller across sports leagues. But here's something most people completely miss. Clark's rise hasn't been without challenges. Veteran players envious of her spotlight and a league slow to adapt to her star power have created a perfect storm of tension. And this is where it gets really interesting. The attack on Clark wasn't just a one-off play, it was emblematic of a broader issue. Fans and analysts have pointed to a pattern of overly physical play directed at Clark, with referees often turning a blind eye. It's like they're testing her, one commentator noted on a popular sports podcast. But the league's refusal to step in? That's where the real failure lies. And the truth behind this? It's absolutely insane. Engelbert's reluctance to implement stricter officiating or publicize a zero-tolerance policy for dangerous plays was seen as a betrayal of Clark and other young stars. And you'll never guess how it ends. Silver, known for his calculated and diplomatic approach, decided enough was enough. Caitlyn is the future, and we need to protect that future, a source close to Silver said. This is where things start getting dangerous. Engelbert's firing has left the WNBA in uncharted territory. With no immediate replacement named, speculation is running wild about who will step into the commissioner's role. Names like Cheryl Reeve, Dawn Staley, and even NBA veteran executive Mark Tatum are being floated as potential candidates. But what happens next is truly insane. The league now faces the daunting task of rebuilding trust with fans, players, and sponsors, all while navigating the fallout of this unprecedented decision.
Arrested. This is something that has also gone viral on social media. And I'm only bringing this up because the WNBA pays attention to what's going on social media. So if they're paying attention to it, I'm following what the league is saying.
And here's where everything changes. Clark herself has remained silent on the firing, but her teammates and coaches have rallied around her. Caitlyn doesn't deserve this, Indiana Fever coach Stephanie White said in a press conference. She's here to play basketball, not to be a punching bag. The sentiment is echoed across the league, with players like Aja Wilson and Breanna Stewart calling for better protection for all athletes. But wait, this next part is what really matters. The firing of Engelbert could mark a turning point for the WNBA. With Silver's influence, the league may finally address long-standing issues like inconsistent officiating, inadequate marketing, and player safety. This is a wake-up call. The WNBA can't afford to fumble this moment. And by the end of this, you'll understand why this is so important. The WNBA is at a crossroads. Caitlyn Clark represents a new era of women's basketball, one where viewership, sponsorships, and global interest are at an all-time high. But what if I told you? That's not the worst part. If the league fails to capitalize on this moment, it risks alienating its growing fan base and squandering the momentum Clark has created. Stick around, because the next part will change the way you see everything. Silver's bold move isn't just about one commissioner or one player, it's about the future of women's sports. By taking a stand, Silver has signaled that the WNBA is ready to evolve, prioritizing its stars and its fans. And the final twist. It's something no one expected. Engelbert's firing could pave the way for a new era of accountability and growth, with Clark at the forefront. And that's where everything clicked into place. Adam Silver's decision to fire Cathy Engelbert and permanently ban her from the WNBA is more than a headline. It's a statement. It's a declaration that the league will no longer tolerate mediocrity or complacency. For Caitlyn Clark, it's a chance to play in a league that values her safety and her stardom. For fans, it's a promise of a brighter, bolder future.
I'm sorry. Moving on. I can't stop laughing because it's hilarious to be like, make it make sense.
And the best part? We're just getting started. As the WNBA searches for its next commissioner, the eyes of the sports world are watching. Will this be the moment that catapults the league to new heights? Or will it be a cautionary tale of what happens when leadership fails to act? Trust me, you're going to want to hear this, because the story of Adam Silver, Caitlyn Clark, and the WNBA is far from over. The WNBA will have to remodel their system to make a profit like every other business that exists. It cannot remain a parasite on the NBA for long. After all, the NBA loves Cooper Flagg, while the WNBA hates Caitlyn Clark. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. Stay tuned.